Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back finally with more Batwoman. So I know this is gonna go up before the others that are late. So I just want to apologize profusely about those episodes. They will go up. I haven't gotten to them yet. It's a mixture of laziness and exhaustion. I'm trying to get on that, but it's just I just haven't been the best at it, so I apologize about that immensely. But they will go up. Hopefully, no, I'm not gonna put a timetable on it because it never ends well. But I will do my best to get them out to you as quickly as I can. Anyway, I'm gonna try to push myself for that. But anyway, that being said, last episode. Let's see. Oh crap! Last episode that was a doozy to end on, man. Freaking the guy that was suspected of framed for killing Luke's dad. He was let go and then assassinated in front of Luke. So I'm glad. I was worried for a second that he was going to get blamed for that, considering one, he was there when it happened, and then also the fact that it was his dad who that was murdered with that guy in the suspicion. So I'm glad that it didn't come to that, but that's an issue. Kate, they were kind of showing a connection between her and Alice. They had a bonding moment after fighting, and then she gave her up. She locked her up in Arkham. It was a very tough moment, that scene. And you can definitely see that Kate's having a rough time dealing with that. So, and I think Julia, Alfred's daughter, she went up to comfort her. I think it ended with them making out. I think, but yeah, that's it.
Just don't. Let me stay here. Let me stay here.
Jesus.
This is your reality, Alice.
Dude, for real? Come on. Oh!
Come on. Wake up.
His eyes are moving, his eyes are moving.
Up here.
Okay, go, get out, scoot.
Batwoman, you got company.
Oh. Stop taking your mask off! Out in the open, I understand you're having trouble, but I mean, this is bad.
So, my friend, are you a hero? The choice should be easy, right? A hero would do anything for his city, would you?
There wasn't another one, was there? Okay, it wasn't a bluff.
We are trapped in yet another cage thanks to my traitorous sister. It's not a cage, it's a sanctuary. One where your family can't hurt you, where Sophia can't find you, where we have each other. What else do you need?
Alice, would you like to share? We haven't heard from you yet.
Gee, I wonder why.
Pass.
Oh, I've got something to share.
Oh, goody, it's Tommy Elliott.
Oh, hey.
Excuse me.
That's new. You want to talk about it?
Not especially.
Look, the man you think killed your father, he was cleared and then shot in front of you. Kind of think talking would be good.
So let's talk.
Oh.
Why haven't you found anything on Cartwright yet?
This signature matches all 15 bombs detonated 7 years ago.
To be clear, this information was never released to the public, which eliminates the possibility of a copycat. This is an original.
That is our assertion, although we still don't know what 214 actually means.
Anyone on that suspect list with military experience?
Welcome back, Batwoman. You should know, your suit's nanotech is designed to withstand detonation overpressures of 10 pounds per square inch. And Gotham can be glad their hero's bomb-proof. Now, that kind of blast will knock off limbs and topple buildings, but if you see any evidence of nuclear terrorists...
Come on, Kay, you gotta tell him.
Grapple the hell out of me.
I'm not suiting up. Bruce Wayne wannabe.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Oh, your boyfriend, Bruce? Yeah, he'd think you were a loser.
Hey, knock it off.
Don't you ever say his name.
You will never be Bruce Wayne!
Thank you. Needed that.
What the hell? I thought you were in real estate.
Why'd you plant the next bomb?
Who the hell are you?
Someone with an interest in Gotham's property values? Let's just say your obsession with explosives isn't doing business any favors.
Hey, look, the bombs, that wasn't me. I swear, it was my old man, George Adler Sr. He wanted to show people that it's a lot harder to act like a hero when you're in the heat of it, staring down your own death.
You never
Where
said
is he
anything?
now?
Gotham Cemetery.
What?
He's dead.
He's dead. Died 7 years ago.
I asked the nurse to be thorough.
What are you? You're
You
bleeding.
put it in there!
It's only temporary. Plus, what's a little blood if it
Jesus,
ensures our
Alice.
freedom?
Oh no, he didn't. What was that about?
I can't do this. I have a family.
Well, you called us for a reason. You know that lives depend on you staying calm and doing the right thing.
Jacob, look, I'm no hero, okay?
You have to be one today.
Get him to the checkpoint.
You need to come with. Nobody knows this clinic exists. They're gonna detonate that bomb whether this place is clear or not. Come on.
I'm not leaving them.
Mary!
GCPD just gave you all clear. Okay, Bobby.
Ah, Christ.
Who is this?
Isn't it obvious? She's Batwoman. Batwoman's the same girl who hunted down Derek Peters and locked him in a urinal after he ditched me at homecoming. And of course, the maniac on the bat bike is the same maniac who taught me how to drive without actually having her license and totally charmed her way out of a ticket after my ass got us pulled over. It couldn't be more obvious. I'm not asking you to be a hero. I'm just asking you to keep going.
And what is it you're still missing? Power.
Yes, kill him. Sorry, shouldn't say that.
Feel that, Dr. Butler? This is your reality now.
We'll find him before he strikes again.
Dang it. Yeah, there. Oh, Jesus. Battering.
What's going on? I just heard gunshots.
Our boy Robles seems pretty eager to get out of town.
Battering his tires. Or do that. Oh, Jesus.
You move the truck or tamper with the timer, it blows.
If you don't disarm it, it blows.
Hello.
I need him alive.
Luke. What are you doing?
Introducing myself to the guy who killed my father. Get up. I said get up! Now the bomb blows up this room, and only this room. You really want to die a coward, Robles? Don't. You're fast. But you're not that fast.
I'll talk, just put the gun down.
Why did you kill my dad?
Money. Money. After I was recruited to the Crows, I was put on Tommy's personal detail. He paid me 10 grand to rough Lucius up.
You shot him in the chest!
By mistake. He took everything from me.
Killing him. It won't change what happened to your dad.
So we just hand him over to the same court that convicted Reggie Harris?
I killed Cartwright.
What? What?
I didn't want to suit up because I feel like a fraud in this thing. I had every chance to stop myself, and I didn't. Juliet, hit it! Do it.
Oh. Thank God there's a freaking Batcave.
I broke Batman's code.
You think you're the only one? Ever wonder why the Joker hasn't reared his head in 5 years? He's not in Arkham, Kate. Both you and Bruce stared into the abyss. The question is, how long are you gonna let it stare back at you?
Hi, Mary. Kate's not Batwoman. That would be a major time suck from real estate development, her actual job.
It's fine, she knows.
She knows what?
Yeah, we don't have to play this little game anymore.
What game? So you know what, Kate? You
Luke,
have a
come on, bro.
In 15 minutes, you should really get going.
I was thinking about what you said about the allure of this place. The protection, the anonymity.
Huh.
You will be queen, and I will be king.
And when everyone has forgotten us, we'll remind them who we are. And they will never, ever forget us again.
This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made.
Well, that didn't quite go as planned. That almost sort of gave her more power. Power. Putting her in Arkham. I mean, where can they put the body? Well, I guess they took the face first, and then they could put the body wherever they wanted without anybody questioning who was carrying. I don't know, but that's not good. They're getting protected because it was. Mouse made a good point about them kind of having protection in there in a way from at least the lady, I forgot her name, but this lady that was I guess the one lady that kind of scared. I don't know about if she scared her, but at the very least she's aware of her authority and power over Alice. Not necessarily authority, but the power she has and I guess maybe the connections. She's basically she's like essentially kind of ruling Arkham in a way with her and Mouse, and possibly not an army, but getting these people under her. And the guy said, or Jason. Why do I keep wanting to say Jason? Tommy. Tommy did say or mention that first he mentioned the one lady saying I think she's a cat. Was that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be Selena? Is that Catwoman? Because I mean, they all seem kind of like psycho in the weird, over the top, quirky way where they're like all loopy and whatever. And Selena is not really that. She's not really like that. So I don't know. I couldn't tell which one. I don't remember which one he was pointing to. But big drop there was the Luke alluding to the fact that Bruce killed Joker. I'm wondering, how long? He said 5 years. I mean, I can't remember how long had Bruce been gone. 3 years, or 5 years? I don't remember. But I'm wondering if that's the reasoning why he left, because it got to him. That's crazy, though. I mean, Jesus. I know it's happened in certain iterations where he goes too far, or or there's something happens. It's like a mistake or something. I don't know. But it's interesting that they actually brought that up here, and the fact that because it's not. I mean, again, Batman is human, and with the considering how dark and brooding and just kind of violent he is, he messes up criminals pretty badly. Joker being the one of the few that like know which buttons to press of his, like he wants to push him past his limit, like push him to break his code. So if anyone could do it, it would definitely be Joker. So it's not inconceivable that happened. It's just crazy. So I guess that we're not really. I mean, I kind of assumed you wouldn't really get a look at Joker, other than like the flashback they kind of mentioned. Not really like they mentioned him in like a newspaper. Okay, well, dang. I am glad that Kate wound up telling Luke about that, because God, I felt so terrible for Luke. One, finding the guy who killed his father, and finding out that it wasn't meant to kill him. It was supposed to rough him up to give him the journal, because Tommy did it. This whole thing wasn't necessarily like a huge. Well, it was a huge cover up, but it wasn't like this huge. What's the word I'm looking for? Conspiracy. It was one guy who messed up and then covered up everything, and it just kind of one thing after another kept happening. He had to cover it up to cover that one slip up that he had. It's a little less mastermind. It's more just like there was a goof up. And all because of Tommy being psychopathically obsessed over Bruce. Because I think if I remember correctly, he remembers him being Batman, right? So I don't remember in here, because I know he does in the comics. Can't remember if he did. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah. For some reason he couldn't put together that Kate's Batwoman, but whatever. Yeah, he even mentioned while they were when they were showing Arkham, that Bruce knows 40 languages. It varies how many he actually knows. But just showing like the knowledge of like how much he looked into Bruce and how obsessed he was over him. In fact, tying him to his Batman. Luckily, he's in Arkham, so people think he's great. Well, he is crazy, but they're tying that to him. Saying that Bruce is Batman and such like that. So, luckily that's not being spilled. His identity hasn't been uncovered. But still, yeah. Went a little off. All that happened because that what's his name? Robles, something like that. Was supposed to rough him up, and then he told him if he didn't give up the journal that you were looking for, that he was gonna go after Luke, and so Lucius that obviously pushed him too far and charged him, and then accidentally shot him in the chest. So I felt so bad for Luke, man. He was, oh man, that moment was so like kind of cool, like the actor I don't know, the scene whenever Kate was like reaching for a batarang and he's like, don't. You're fast, but not that fast. I don't know, that just like the way he, I guess, delivered the line, and just the way he held himself in that scene was just kind of like it sucked. Like I hated seeing him like that, but at the same time it was like in a way chilling and very well done. But I still hated seeing him like that. And then Kate, to try in an effort to pull him back from that, she confessed finally what she had done to Cartwright, that she had killed him, which I'm glad, because one of the things that obviously that kept freaking plaguing her at the time, and why she hadn't been Batwoman for a week apparently, is because she couldn't handle being in the suit, so she just she felt like a fraud, having broken the no kill code, so like that. she hadn't told anybody about it except for Julie, whatever. And so that was weighing on her. And the fact that she, when she mentioned that Luke was, how she said, saw her as do no wrong kind of hero, which I don't know if he does necessarily, but still, like, she didn't want to disappoint him, didn't want her to look at her as a disappointment and not a monster, but like a killer. I kind of figured he wouldn't, but I didn't think that. I also didn't expect him to be able, be the you're not the only one. I kind of figured, I don't know, like it was like a mixture. Like I didn't expect him. I guess I don't know. Like I figured for some reason that Bruce might have slipped up, or it was an accident, maybe in his early days or something. But I guess I don't know. Either way, I'm glad she told him. And then I'm glad that it's out in the open with Mary. That she's Batwoman. I love that Luke, even though Kate was like, it's okay, she knows. He still kept trying to freaking keep going with, what are you talking about? What does she know about this and stuff? He kept trying to like dissuade Mary that she's not Batwoman. And that scene with speaking of which, the scene with Mary whenever she finally confesses to with Kate that she knows that she's Batwoman. I liked also when she kind of sort of kicked her. She gave her the kick in the butt she kind of needed. I mean, I understand why she's feeling the way she is, but it's just it's hard to like. I understand why she's feeling the way she is, but unfortunately the city's kind of in need right now. Like they needed help, especially with this what's his name, Robles, kind of screwing people over, putting people in danger, a lot of people in danger, just to cover things up. But one of the scenes she had with Kate when she said that I don't need you to be a hero, I just need you to keep going. I love. Oh man, freaking Mary is one of my favorite characters in this show. Like, even knowing that she wasn't gonna be able to make it out of the building, she didn't want to leave her patients. It's just the Mary's just too good of a person to just leave these people to possibly be killed in the explosion. Luckily they were relatively okay. The girl who came in, who was kind of wanting to keep the Batwoman's name alive and to keep people from losing hope, she was fine, and she was caught in something that fell over. But I mean, luckily she didn't die, which I was kind of worried about, because she was brave as well. She stayed behind to help Mary as well. So I guess Sophie and Julie. It should be my old notes. Julia. Okay, so Julia and Penny and Sophie, I guess, are gonna be a thing. That's interesting. But she's also going to be in the show more, which I also wasn't expecting. I figured she'd be here for a couple episodes and then leave again. But she's going to be staying. She's going to be part of the Crows now, which is interesting. I mean, I guess she maybe just asked her subordinate or whoever's like her boss, whatever. And I feel bad for both the cop and the DA guy. Bobby, I think his name was. Because I mean, yeah, I know he's a cop and like they put their lives on the line to protect people, but I don't know. I guess in that situation, it's just really hard. Like a lot of people would like to think that, in that situation, that they would sacrifice themselves for other people. Like whether you were to let your bomb detonate, or a building full of people who you wouldn't know, who you don't know. That they wouldn't know that you saved them. Like it's like, to some people it would feel like a no-brainer. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let them live. I couldn't do that. I'd have their blood on my hands. But it's just the fear. You know, some people when they're confronted with, you know, death, you know, it's no longer what's hypothetical. It's like I'm gonna die. So I feel bad for the cops, and it's easy to kind of shame the cop. I know this is a show, so it's like I shouldn't really be getting too much into it. But it's just like, what's her face when she was kind of bashing the cop for having saved himself over the people, and yeah, it sucks, and I hate that he did that. But it's put in that situation. I feel like not a lot of it not everybody would let themselves die for people they don't know. And again, I know he's a cop and such, and again, I know it's a show, so I shouldn't really be going into it too much or looking into it. But I don't know, I don't like her to begin with. I forget her name, but like I don't like her lines. I'm not really big on her deliveries. She's just kind of annoying to me, and I'm sorry for those that like the whatever her name is. But she's just annoying and obnoxious to me, and makes light of certain. At least it sounds like, you know, the way she says things makes light of certain dark events. We're kind of shaming the cop for choosing himself over others. Again, I would have wished. I wish he wouldn't have, but it's just, again, I'm circling around, so I'm gonna move along from that. But I don't know. It's a difficult situation to put yourself in. You think you can just say, yeah, I'd sacrifice myself, but being put in that situation versus thinking about being in that situation are two different things. And you'd be thinking about your family as well and all that. So it's just feel bad for both of them. When Mouse stabbed, what's his name? I don't remember that doctor's name. Yeah, I don't remember. Wilcox, I think. No, that was the officer guy. Sorry. I don't remember, but the doctor, when he stabbed him, I shouldn't have been happy about it, but he is a real prick. Like, I understand, like, the people in Arkham aren't great people. There are a lot of them killed people. I mean, not all of Arkham are filled. Arkham's filled with like criminals, but that are like declared psychologically damaged or whatever. But I mean, still, this dude is taking too much pleasure in torturing people, essentially. Like he was kind of sort of lobotomizing Alice, and I know I shouldn't really like Alice, but she's kind of charismatic in her psycho, you know, crazy killer self. So, but just this dude is just such a terrible guy. So, you know, the fact when seeing Tommy kill him or stab him, for a second I was like, yes, die. Which isn't a good thing, really, but you know, again, don't like that guy. But you know, now Mouse has taken his identity. Don't know how he got the height, but I mean, I don't know how tall Mouse was compared to him, so whatever. But then there's the other guy. So I guess did he kill the other guy too? Because I mean, if he didn't, he'd be around. He'd wake up and see that Mouse is gone, and like, hey, what do we do to him? Maybe he could tell him that we put Mouse away. I don't know. I'm assuming they killed him as well, the other guy. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm not really sure what else there is. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's all I got. Yeah. But yeah, so, you know, everything's out. You know, well, I mean, I don't know if Kate told Mary about the fact that she killed Cartwright, but she told Luke. Luke knows about it now. Everybody knows. Oh, that in the triangle, Kate, Mary. Kate knows now that Mary knows that she's Batwoman. Now Luke knows about that as well. Or that Mary knows. So they can all work together now. So now Mary can finally, or Kate can now go to Mary openly for help if she needs any information or if she needs, stitching up. And they don't have to worry about keeping her in the dark and running circles around her trying to figure out how to keep things secret from her. But then there's issues we're gonna have to deal with Alice and them kind of having basically being kingpins in Arkham. So that's gonna be such an issue because I'm assuming we're leading towards. Well, we would have been leading towards. Well, we kind of still are leading towards her breaking out of Arkham and wreaking havoc and possibly going to attacking whoever this lady is that they're kind of hiding from. But because of the fact, with that they had to shut down because of COVID, and they weren't able to finish filming the season. I think it was like 19 or 20 that they were on. So that I think, at least with the Flash, they're gonna be. I know the Flash is finishing this season, next season, like the beginning of it, kind of how Titans did it. Just they have a different reason. I think the other shows are doing the same thing. I'm not entirely sure, but which is just unfortunate for them. I feel bad. So we don't know. I have no idea where it's gonna be ending. So, but we're heading towards that. So that's gonna be interesting. But guys, that is it for this week's episode for Batwoman. Thank you for joining again. I will do my best to get the other ones out. Sorry that everything's so late. But I'll be doing my best. Thank you for sticking around as long as you have, and for even though I've been kind of been slipping up. But yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for staying. See you guys next week.